Hello, Genesis. Dad here with mommy, stepmommy Jayiza. And today I can't see our face. Today we are talking about guns and violence. So, stepmommy, what's your opinion on guns? You know, answer the question? Answer. You're talking to Genesis. You have to tell her. What's your opinion on guns? How do you feel about guns?
Guns?
Guns. Pew, pew, pew.
I don't like.
And why don't you like guns?
Because
It's dangerous. Yeah. Do you feel that people have mental instability, and when they have guns that they can use them without thinking and making a rational decision and just shooting people because they want to shoot people?
Yeah.
No. So today's topic, Genesis, is about guns and violence, and I want to talk about guns and is it right to own a gun? Why do people have guns? What type of guns do people have? So there's a lot of murders around the world, especially in the US, when it comes to gun violence. Now, the amendments state that you have the right to bear arms, which means you can carry a firearm as long as you're of legal age and as long as you have a license for that gun to be able to use it. Now, I personally am not a gun owner, but I do believe in the amendment, so I do believe you should have a right to own a gun in your own home as long as it's safely secure from children or theft. And I actually had a friend who kept the gun in his car, and his car was robbed and somebody stole his gun. So, and then somebody ends up being shot with that person's gun. They should probably be responsible for it. So that's not something I do agree with. I don't tell people what to do with their lives, but I also focus on, me and your stepmom and what we can actually control. And that was another video, is control what you control in life and don't control what you can't control in life. Meaning that the laws with guns, it will take a lot of change before anything does happen in regards to that. Now, guns, when I say you should be able to have a gun in your home to protect you and your family, I'm referring to a regular handgun, a Glock, whatever it's called. A simple 1 round per shot gun that you have to reload each time, not a AR weapon or semi-automatic weapon that can kill dozens of people. The chances of you being robbed or attacked by plentiful of people is slim to none. Usually a home invader is 1 or 2 people at max. So that being said, I don't think anybody outside law enforcement should have semi-automatic weapons. It's just very, very dangerous and takes lives. And I'll give you an example of something that was really dear to my heart, was the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. I think it was like 2008, where a nutcase came in and shot a bunch of kids and that were scared for their lives, piling up in a bathroom and being massacred and murdered. And I cried for those kids, and it just shows you mental instability with a gun. It's like some people that are unstable, it's one thing to take your own life than to take others, especially innocent lives. That's the worst type of life that you can possibly take, because especially of a child that doesn't even get to experience life to the fullest extent or for the many years that they should live, and it's cut short due to somebody's mental instability. So that's really, really hard, and that's why I can never agree with people carrying semi-automatic weapons. And I don't agree with people carrying weapons in the streets or wearing it when you're out. I get it, people are scared of the government, and that's a whole nother video that we'll talk about, is not trusting the government and they're not going to protect you, etc., etc. But to be fearful of the government, of them trying to kill you, is a lot slimmer than somebody coming up to you on the street and just killing you for no reason, to be honest with you. The government tends to kill people that they need to be killed, not a stranger on the corner of the street. No government official is going to come up to you and rob you for $50. It just doesn't work like that. So the people who are so fearful that they have to walk around with their gun, whether it's in their car, in their pocket, or on their belt, whatever. I've seen so many videos of egotistical people that don't agree with each other, and their resolution is to shooting and killing each other. Or let's give you a hypothetical. A man has a girlfriend, and the girlfriend cheats on him with another man, so he decides to shoot his girlfriend and the other man just because he was cheated on. That's not justification for shooting and killing somebody. It's just not. So guns and violence, very, very dangerous things. Now, a lot of people would probably disagree with my outlook and view, and that's okay. And that's why they can have their own children and raise them the way they want. These videos are specifically catered towards you and my beliefs, and I hope that you're persuaded by these beliefs. It's not to manipulate you, it's to show you my objective truth. Another thing that people use guns for is sport hunting, which I also don't agree with. I made another video of you about respecting animals, where parents are taking kids out in the country and shooting animals for fun. This is not a good thing. This is not respectful towards animals. And now some people will say, well, we have to limit the size of the herds because they'll go hungry and die anyway, so if we kill them, no, it's really not. Like, natural selection is natural selection. If an animal can't make it on its own and it dies to hunger, it sucks that it has to suffer, but you shouldn't choose which animal is going to make it and which animal is not going to make it. That's not good. It's not your choice to choose who lives and who dies, even as an animal. It's just not right. Another thing is that back in the days, people hunt for food because there wasn't such things as grocery stores, Publix, Walmart, Target. None of these stores existed. So people hunt to survive, just like animals hunt to survive. We're not animals anymore. We don't do animalistic things. So they just hunt animals to eat them. It is ridiculous. And for people that have, if you have a farm and you eat your animals on the farm, that's up to you. But realistically, it costs less to go to Sam's and buy a $5 chicken than to buy a chicken, kill it, sanitize it, clean it up, and do it. There's no way that your chicken that you've been raising costs you less than a chicken at Sam's. It doesn't add up. You can't produce it in those numbers. So if you want to do something better is like eggs. Like, if you have a chicken coop and your chickens are making eggs and you eat the eggs, that's fine. Obviously they're not fertilized eggs, so they're not technically unborn chickens, so you can eat the eggs, that's okay. So I don't want to drag this video on too long, so I'm going to wrap it up. I just want to say I got you, Genesis, and if you ever need protection one day, I got you. And if you ever feel that you need to protect yourself, there's other ways of protection, whether it's tasers, pepper spray, and like I said, a gun in a safe in a house that only you or your partner know the combination to. I could agree with as well, at a certain age and after a certain mental stability test. A lot of people get guns and they're not stable. Whatever testing they have is not vigorous enough to stop all the violence in this world. So take care, Genesis. Got anything else to say, mommy? I don't like guns.